All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show with your host, me, Juan D. Klauser, or John D. Klauser, whichever one you prefer. What's up? So this is take two. Take two. So yeah, when I started this podcast, see, you hear that? I wasn't able to hear the microphone. Like that's me tapping against the microphone. That's how I know I have like good signal from basically your inbox, your recorder, to your earphones. Well, I wasn't getting that. And so my audio engineering skills had to come out and I had to fix the problem. So apparently what's going on is I think there's a shortage that's starting to occur in my little Zoom recorder in the earphone thing, which sucks. But the thing is, like, I've had this thing for over like 15 years, 15, 18 years. So it's done its job. It's been in my life long enough. And what it really is a sign that I need to get a new inbox because my old inbox broke, which I bought used. Ain't that great? Oh, my dog's back now. Um, yeah. So I had like an 8 channel inbox, and great, it was awesome. And I don't really need an 8 channel. Maybe I need like a 6 channel one, 4 channel maybe. Probably more like a 6 channel. Actually, 8 channel would probably be smart. I'd probably be better just buy an 8 channel one. But uh, they so I use that all the time, and so I've connected so all these things to all of the recording software system, and it's super easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But what's crazy is like I do all that for this little Zoom H4n little recorder, and I think it's getting to the point where like okay, John, I think you might need to start getting something a little bit more advanced, something that's going to help make this little thing a little bit better. So I think that's my next big investment. It's not even a big investment. It's not that much money. After I have to get new front tires, which are not gonna be that expensive. It's like 125 bucks. So it's so funny because I remember growing up and being younger. I remember growing up, I remember being younger and like thinking like that was so much money that you're gonna have to spend so much money on doing stuff because like I have to get my tags expire at the end of the month, and so I have to you have to do all the you have to go through the protocols of getting your car inspected, paying your property taxes, all that stuff. It's just funny, just doing it all because it really is. It's like if you just keep a positive attitude and and have a little bit of money, you can get anything done. Anything just gotta keep positive. You gotta stay positive. Be happy. Be happy about stuff, and then you'll be good. You'll be good to go. Right? Yeah, I guess that's the thing. But yeah, I'm just really glad I got this. I figured out the problem because this is the old. So I used to use this wire like this. It's like a male and a female wire, and it's a 10-foot cord. And I used to do that a direct plug into. I would plug this in, and then plug my earphone, my male part into my female part to the cord, and that's how I would do it. But now what I did was I connected another. It's basically like a single prong. It's like this, but then it comes with a cord, and then that cord splits into two females, and so I'm using that one instead. But it's I feel like I'm just putting a Band-Aid on something, and then I have another extension, then to another extension, to a 10-foot extension, then to my earphone, and I do that so you have a lot of room. Because like, look at all this. This is all my slack that I have on my earphone, and that's so I don't jerk and knock things over. It's just you learn in film school that this is what you do. You always have slack for everything. And then you're like, oh, and then if you saw the ground right now, the ground is covered in cords. and lights. Light your shit. Even my stuff needs to be lit better. That's another thing I need to do. I need to spend some more. I need to get some more lighting up in this fucking thing. But isn't that just life in general? Isn't that just life? So, but anyway, what up? So we're like 5 minutes into it. I should probably get the opening of this show going with intro music and all that stuff. So here is the video of this week, and here we go.
And by the way, why are they so unattractive? I really legitimately want to know. Why are all the protesters so homely? I don't think they're unconnected. I'm not going to lie. I think attractive, smart people are not drawn to this nonsense. They're living their lives being successful. It's the unattractive and or dumb people who feel the need to do this to feel like they matter. Sorry, hard.
Welcome to The John Show with your host, John Doogie Clouser.
Yeah, so that was a video. So yeah, I find it funny. So I hope you guys all know when I make these videos or when I post these videos online. I don't know if any of you guys follow me on the social medias. These are just jokes, but yeah, I really do feel that a lot of this protesting is a lot of these homey white people. Like what you said, it's people who don't have a hobby. And what's the one thing I always talk about all the time? Get a hobby. Because if you have a hobby, then you're too busy doing other things to be judging other things. And don't get me wrong. But the thing is, I feel like I have to root my nose into shit because I do this show. I do a show that requires me to talk. And I have to have things to talk about, so I have to look up stuff. But it's like, yeah, dude, I wish, if I didn't do film, I've talked about this before, but if I didn't do film, I would be zero on the internets. I would not be on any social medias. I wouldn't be because I'm like, dude, this is not good for us. We should not be on this. And I feel like I wonder who I would be if I was like that. If I was like a guy who never got on any like the Facebook, doesn't have a Facebook. He didn't have an Instagram. Who didn't have people would think I was fucking weird, but I'm already fucking weird. So I just got let's just scratch my fucking back. Golf. I was golfing and then I haven't showered yet. I wanted to get this done because I knew if I took a shower, I'd be like, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just do this thing tomorrow and I won't worry about it. We'll just do this other thing. We'll just do other things But this is like the big thing. If I get this done and then I have to do a little bit of editing, or I guess a little bit of editing is in the sense of like a story. I do some writing. I'm working on this. So I'm going to talk about it here because I have nowhere else to talk about it because I haven't even talked about it out loud. And sometimes for me, talking it out loud helps me make something like, oh, this is actually kind of a good idea or it's not a good idea. So I've been working on this story about a city who loses their sports franchise, but I don't ever mention what sport it is. I just give like context clues. So like I take stories of like a hockey team who left one city and went to another city because of this reason, and then I take this owner was having an affair with this person, and then his wife wanted to leave the thing, and so that's the reason why the team is leaving, and the city wants to try to get the team to stay. And so they raise funds and all this stuff and are super cool. And like the governor gets involved in all this. So I'm bringing all these like weird aspects and I'm making this fake city, this fake mascot or like this fake team, all this whole thing. It's just, I don't know why I'm doing it. I think it's probably one of the silliest little stories I've ever written in my life. It absolutely has no, I'm writing it and every time I sit down, and I'm like, okay, let's get in our mindset. Let's do it. Because I kind of almost treat it like working out this story because it's like, okay, sometimes I don't really want to do it. It's like, okay, I got to do legs now. I got to do box squats. And sometimes my knees hurt, so I don't want to do box squats. And then, or it's like when I golf, sometimes I don't want to work on my pitching with my pitching wedge because I'm not that good at it. And like, I'm like, well, if you get better at it, it won't hurt your back. You won't hurt yourself or it won't feel uncomfortable because you'll eventually get that feeling down. It's all those little things. It's all those little like mental things you got to get past. And So I'm working on the story, and every time I do it, I'm like, this story's so fucking stupid. I can't believe I'm working on this. I laugh because I'm like, this is there. I've written a lot of stories, and this one is by far might be the biggest waste of time I've ever spent on writing 300 words. And it's been like 2 weeks, but I had this list of stories. Like what I do is I have this list of like ideas, and it's just ideas. So it's like this guy meets girl, something, something, something. At a wedding, um, they're having a conversation. You've come to find out like the guy was the best man, and his ex girlfriend was the bride, something like that. Simple story, simple storyline. We've all heard that storyline before. But you take that, and I'm like, okay, and maybe I might not write it. It might be 7, 8 months down the line, and I'm like in a place like I am right now. I'm like, I don't really have anything, like nothing's really happened that has inspired anything. So I am just, I'm just gonna fucking just write a story of something, because as much as I enjoy, as much as you write to edit, I I just like writing every day. I just enjoy writing because I think it's fun, and I think it's a good. It's like anything. It's like it's good to work on something. It's good to go on a walk. It's good to then the next day go and maybe do some squats. Then the day after that, maybe go and play, you know, badminton with your friends. Something being physical, but with your brain. You got to be doing something. Reading. It's just, I don't know. Most of stuff I try to do, I'm just trying to better myself as a human. And as fucking gross as I hate saying that kind of shit, that self-help shit. Oh, I hate it so much. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Maybe it's got to be something that has to do with me that I'm just like, this is gross. This is gross. But, yeah, I think I've badgered enough. I think you guys want to see some videos, some funny videos, stupid videos. You want to see some more of that? All right, let's do that. Okay, let's do that now. Here we go.
Never trust in man, always trust in the Lord. See you Sunday at 10 a.m. God bless you.
That's my people. Oh God, I always I like seeing those videos and everything. I watch videos like that, and the next thing I say, I'm like, God, I fucking hate my family, because I think it's hilarious. Because it's like, it's always fun and like, oh, there's one of us that have enough time besides me. And I always just think, like, the reason why I have enough time is because I just look like a white guy. So, oh my, talking about that, man, there was this video that was talking about sports and stuff. We weren't talking about sports at all, but there was this video that was online on Instagram, and it's like these people playing baseball, but they're using a tennis ball, a tennis ball for the ball, and then a tennis racket and a glove. So like they would like throw the ball up, and then you'd like, it's a pitcher, and that's how you would pitch the ball, and then you hit the ball with just your tennis racket. And I'm just like, what I said was, like, why can't white people play just any, like, just normal sport? That's why I said something like that. And what I should have said is, like, white people do anything possible to not play, like, just a normal sport. That's what I should have said. Instead of the first one, which came off really angry, in my opinion, now looking back on it. But it's been, like, over 230 some odd people, 224 people, something like that, have liked this fucking this thing. But, like, there is over 110 comments, and some of them are just trashing me, and then like the funniest ones are the ones like, bro, you look white. It's like, yeah, I know I look white. And like, yes, how do you think that's the reason why I feel like I can say this, like, I got adopted by white people, so I feel like I'm just being stupid. I'm just saying stuff, so like to you think I'm just being like some asshole. I'm being some just douche, in which I am being a douche. But to me, I'm like, no, I'm in this. I know this culture, so it's like I'm not saying anything in my opinion out of line, because this is just who I know white people, and then like, but I'm also Latino, and so it's just like, if it wasn't for, and it's always so funny, they say stuff like, white people invented that sport, and I'm like, yeah, and like my people are the ones that rule it. Like as Latino people, it's like, yeah, we fucking rock that shit. Like without us, this sport would be bullshit. It's us. It's our thing. But okay, so let's watch a next video. Oh, this video is great. It kind of ties in with the other. This whole week, all the videos, if you haven't noticed, I try to have a theme with the first main video, and they all kind of fall together slightly. But here you go.
I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth on my marshmallow wand. That's bad because the outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel, so you don't want hair growing there, or else it's very uncomfortable. So I talked to my surgeon, and he said that it would be best to postpone the procedure until after hair removal is complete. This is obviously disappointing because I was really excited to have a marshmallow tunnel sooner. That being said, it is still happening. We're just not sure when it's happening. Hair removal is a fickle thing, and it's really hard to predict when it will finish. But my hair removal technician thinks it will be before the end of the year. So, fingers crossed. Oh, go. What's up? My mom's here, by the way. The marshmallow tunnel.
The marshmallow. That should be the title of this podcast. But yeah, see what I mean? To me, like maybe. I'm not saying that not everybody who feels like this shouldn't do this, but it's like such a dramatic. I don't know. Granted, I'm talking out of class because I don't have this problem. I'm cool with being who I am. I just would, like I'm just like, oh, when I get a tan, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm more brown. I'm browner. So like, I actually now maybe look like a brown person instead of looking like, but because like golf, and so like now I'm starting to get brown, being out in the sun, hitting that ball up and around. Like, let me tell you guys, that golf stuff. Whew. Man, I'm on a kind of a slight upswing. I'm starting to get my hips better. My hips are starting to get more loosey-goosey. And so, because of that, I'm consistently hitting it now. Now I just got to stop being an asshole and keep my eye down all the time, because there's no reason why you should look anywhere else other than just at the ball all the time. Just look at the ball all the time. If you just do that, you'll hit the ball every time. But the thing is, like, I'm not like swinging and like missing. I'm not doing any of that bullshit. It's like I'm continuously hitting. I'm hitting and boom, hitting boom, and or swing boom. Anyway, but yeah, for me, in my opinion, like a lot of this is like if people, it's like with anything, like people thought podcasting was fun, like so everyone started a podcast. Only a few people really stick with it and continue doing it, because like the average like person who starts a podcast, they'll do 3 episodes. I believe that's what it is, and they stop after that. It's like, interesting. But the thing is, like, those are people that are sane. If you ever start a podcast and you just quit doing it, don't feel bad. You're a sane person. This thing is ridiculous. What I do. This is crazy. This is dumb. I should not be doing this. But the thing is, orphan. Yeah. Why do you think people do like stand-up? I'm not comparing myself to a stand-up comedian, but why do people do like stand-up? People do arts. They do make movies, do all this like crazy stuff. Why do you think they make movies? It's all because you're trying to express yourself, because you're trying to find some sort of like inner peace. At least I feel like there is a part of that comes with it. I'm not saying that it's not with everyone, but that is kind of a common thread with art, is that there is an individual who ends up like, I'll speak for myself. I use my art to get like a kind of an approval. I do this to get kind of like an approval. As much as I enjoy doing this, there's a level of that, because you want to get approval. Like, why would you not do it to get that? But I don't know. But I feel like it's so selfish to think of it like that. And you should just be doing a lot of it for the art. And if you start thinking of it because of like the money and all that, then I really do feel like you lose a lot of the beauty of what it's supposed to be. As silly as this is, as silly as this is, like think about episode 1 to where I'm now. Like, I wasn't doing any of these videos like that before that. But anyway, we need next video. We should do the next video, right? I'm going on tangents this week. I apologize, guys. This video is great. This is a good clean the palette video.
Erase it now, jackass. Erase it now. That's legal notice. Erase it now.
See, these are my favorite videos to post because like it's like people just being super fucking weird, just oddly weird videos. I love them. I love them because normal people don't want to watch that. But the thing is, like, I love showing people these videos. I'm like, and then being like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, John, why do you're so weird? I'm like, how am I weird? It's like, why would you show me that video? I'm like, why would you not want to watch that video? It's like, I just don't understand. Like, much like this next video. This next video is great. It's a great video, in my opinion. So fucking funny. I love this video. I love this video. This week. Out of all the videos I found this week, this was my favorite one. I'm not going to lie.
Require all my guests to use the bathroom outside. Hi, my name is Ivy Bloom, and this is my outdoor potty area. I used to let my friends use the bathroom in my house, but I've since learned how unsanitary that is. Before entering the potty area, I require guests to put on these foot covers, and first-timers are required to read the rules. The most important rule is to dig at least 6 inches from an existing stick, because that's where another guest has dug a hole. It's pretty simple. You just dig a hole, do what you have to do, and put your toilet paper on top. I provide seeds that must be placed inside to keep my garden growing, and once that's placed inside, you cover it up with the dirt you dug up, and then place some leaves on top. The last thing you have to do is mark the spot with one of these sticks. I do live in Arizona and it gets really hot, so I provide a bucket with refreshments and snacks that visitors can snack on while using the bathroom. And yes, there is a privacy curtain. Once that's done, they can take the covers off their feet and wash them in this bucket. Then they have to place them in this jar so that the next guest can use them. Once my guest is done using the bathroom, I require them to sign this journal. And I do respectfully ask for tips because maintaining this area can get a little expensive.
How? Man, like, this is what I mean. Like, if you just had a hobby, but I guess this is a hobby. This is like someone's podcast, making their friends take shits in their fucking yard and then growing a garden. Like, wild. Isn't that wild? It's like, it's such borderline that you don't know if this is like satire and she's making fun of the situation. Because if she's making fun of it, brilliant. She's so fucking smart. She's smart and beautiful. It's hilarious. I'm like, you're going places, girl. That is awesome. But if this is real, you're like, holy shit, this is crazy. Because what if you're dating this girl? What if this, like, would you rather? This is a good one. Would you rather have to date like someone who is like just like an uber clean freak, a super clean freak, and like you have to like clean up after everything, or you have to date backyard poop girl, where who she make like every time you take a dump, you have to do it outside in the backyard, and you have to measure 6 inches from the last time that someone squatted down and took a massive shit. That's your thing. Like, oh man, I don't know. Let's think here. Man, I guarantee you though, poop girl rocks your world. She rocks your world, and she does things that like other girls have never like even considered. But she's just like, yeah, and she doesn't even blink when she's like, yeah, sure. And she just like, it's not like she does it all the time. It's just, she's just like, yeah, like I'll it's fine. Like she likes you enough, and she's just like open enough with you. She's like, she allows you to poop in her backyard. Like, that's pretty open. That's pretty fucking open. Like, I remember I dated one girl that I was open enough with, and like I never pooped in front of her, but she pooped in front of me, and it's not like I asked her to. It was just like she just sat down and she just did it, and I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I'm like, now this is a thing. This is a thing now, and this is in this orbit of our world together. But I also, on the other hand, she also is the reason why I don't ever put like a bag on my bed, because that's gross. If you really think about it, it's kind of gross. So, little column A, little column B. You just don't know what you're going to get sometimes in this world. Yeah. Calabasas. Oh man, Calabasas girls, you know. All right, let's watch the next video. All right, this is a good one. This is this is gonna be a good one.
I am going to show you how to properly consume a can of Viennese sausages. First, you gotta get your Viennese sausages. Next, you go ahead, you open it up, then you do this.
It's so gross.
Take out the middle. You can do this. Put your hot sauce in, rotate it around. It'll evenly distribute your hot sauce to your Viennese.
Hot sauce TV.
And then you just kind of just tilt and turn. Then you do this. Good.
Wild to me. That is like, who eats Vienna sausages? I found that video this week too, and I was like, oh yeah, that is a thing that people eat. But I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't know people actually ate that. Still, oh man, wild. Oh man, so like, we're kind of like in the descent of this podcast because this podcast just kind of ended up being all weird. This week we have like about 1:40 left. So what that means is, you know, that first 3 minutes was kind of like, woo, are we gonna do this? What's gonna happen? I'm like, when the audio, I wasn't able to hear my ear. I was like, what's gonna be the thing? Am I gonna be able to do this? Is everything be okay? Can we pull through? Are we going to win the game? We did. Yeah, and here we are, 30 minutes later. Podcast is over. Another week done. Another episode over. We got a little better. We had a little fun. We were a little bit intimate. Hope you guys, wash your hands. Look both ways. I'm going to feed Lola. Ain't that right, girl? Shit, hell yeah. I'm going to eat dinner. And, yeah. Hope you guys do well. Hope you guys do something fun. Be safe. It's a holiday weekend. All right. Well, I guess I'll leave now. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bye.